People, we all know that electric vehicles are the future of mobility. There is no debate about this. Now the only debate which exists is how long will it take for the transition to happen from internal combustion engines to electric engines. People, if you take a very close notice at a vehicle industry, you will find that there is a paradigm shift going on. It is kind of a change which happens once in a century. It vanishes the old one and brings in the new. Probably a day is not far when there will be only electric vehicles on the road. Now many of us, including me, will find it very difficult or little impossible for such a shift to happen. But climate change is real and we left with no choice but to change. And with the forces which are working in background, this transition will happen much faster than we can imagine. And this transition has already started in various parts of the world. And India has to be at the world's table. But my curiosity is, can India lead this transition? And I think the answer is Ola Electrics. But Ola, to actually conquer the world, first has to lead the transition in India. Because when it comes to electric vehicles, India has some major issues. And how is Ola planning to overcome these challenges? But before telling this, let me tell you what are the real problems, so it becomes easier for us to understand what Ola is trying to solve. The first major problem when it comes to adoption of electric vehicles in India is range anxiety. There is a major concern when it comes to buying an electric vehicle, that where you will charge them. Yeah, obviously you can charge it at home, which is an overnight charge which takes around 12 to 14 hours. But what if you run out of battery before reaching a suitable destination? Where you will charge it? There is no charging network in the country. With petrol and diesel engines, you know that even if you run out of petrol or diesel, you will find a petrol pump nearby. But this is not the case with electric vehicles. And due to this lack of charging infrastructure in this country, it makes almost impossible for people to opt electric vehicles. The second concern which stops people from buying an electric vehicle in India is performance metrics. When you think of electric vehicles, you suddenly start thinking of golf carts or those low-speed scooters which are slower than bullock carts. Till now, electric vehicles are very low performing if you compare them to normal gasoline engine vehicles in their pickups, durability or even top speed. For instance, the average speed of electric vehicles in India is only 25 to 30 kilometers per hour. Now obviously most of us does not want to drive a vehicle like this. Why should we? The third major concern when it comes to adoption of electric vehicles in India is higher prices. If somehow the performance of new electric vehicles are at par, their prices are much higher. Come on, India is a very price sensitive market. The prices cannot be very high. For example, Ather 450X, which have launched recently, it is good performance wise, but it costs around rupees 1,20,000 to 1,35,000. Wherein if you compare it to Activa, which has a majority of market share in scooters, costs around 85 to 95,000 rupees only. And same goes with electric four-wheelers. Take an example of Tata Nexon. Their normal petrol or diesel cars cost around 7.2 to 13 lakh rupees. And the same cars and electric variants cost around 14 to 17 lakh rupees. This is a huge price difference. And if you think about premium sedans such as Tesla, don't even talk about prices. Fourth major issue is lack of service facilities. Now obviously when you think of buying an electric vehicle, the first thought comes into your mind is, where will you give it for local repair, maintenance or services? There are no proper service centers for electric vehicles in our country. And you cannot even give them to local mechanic shops. So this makes very tough for people to choose electric vehicles. The fifth issue is limited choices. Be it two-wheeler or four-wheeler, there are very limited options to choose from. So it makes very hard for people to go with electric vehicles. With all these challenges, can Ola really make the transition happen alone? Obviously no. Therefore, other automakers are also taking an active part, and even government is promoting the usage of electric vehicles by giving some major subsidies, which in turn will reduce the prices of electric vehicles, which in turn will accelerate the rate of adoption. Though Ola alone cannot shift the whole ecosystem, but still Ola can lead the transition and become the global leaders in electric vehicles, as Ola claims. So how is Ola planning to pull this off? What are Ola's plans? Number 1. Ola wants to play with scale. Ola is building a massive manufacturing plant on 500-acre land. It will be the largest two-wheeler plant in the entire world, not just electric but overall. And Ola is planning to produce 10 million electric two-wheelers every year from this plant, which will be actually 15% of world's total two-wheeler production. Isn't it very ambitious of Ola to build such a massive plant when the total market size of electric two-wheelers in India is only 1,50,000? Yeah, you heard it right. The total number of electric two-wheelers which was sold last year in India was only 1,52,000. What were Ola's executive even thinking while putting such a massive plant? What were they eating? So how is the math even working? Actually, average two-wheeler sale in India is 20 million units a year. That is 2 crore units a year, which is also growing rapidly. India's two-wheeler market is still very under-penetrated. Only 160 out of 1000 people owns a two-wheeler in India, whereas even in Vietnam, 600 out of 1000 people have two-wheelers. India's two-wheeler market is actually second largest in the entire world, only after China. So Ola does not really need to create new demand for two-wheelers in India, which is already very great. So Ola just need to focus on shifting people's preferences from IC engine vehicles to electric vehicles. Now Ola knows that it is not possible to lead the transition by playing it small like other automakers. If Ola really wants to break the market, it cannot happen by selling 3000, 4000 units. So if Ola really wants to change people's preferences, they have to play big and disruptive. Therefore, Ola is building the whole ecosystem of electric two-wheelers in India. Ola is actually building the entire value chain. Ola's game plan is very simple. Build economies of scale and get most aggressively priced two-wheelers out there. So for those of you who don't know what economies of scale is, in simple word, economies of scale means increasing the total quantity produced so that the per unit cost decreases. Ola Electrics have very big plan to roll out one two-wheeler every 2 seconds through their mega facility, which will have 3000 AI powered robots and 10,000 employees. This integrated manufacturing facility will have in-house operations for battery, paint house, welding, motor, journal assembly, finished goods, and will have 2 supplier parks. This plant will have its own test tracks. Now, okay, Ola manages to reduce the prices of electric two-wheelers because of their giant manufacturing plant and a state-of-art facility. But can Ola solve the problem of lack of charging infrastructure in the country? Because majority of the people have concern related to charging facility. Seems like Ola have plans for everything. Ola is planning to set up world's largest charging network for electric two-wheelers. Ola's hypercharger network will be the widest and the densest charging network in the entire world for electric two-wheelers. Ola is planning to set up 1 lakh charging points across 400 cities. In the first year alone, Ola wants to set up 5,000 charging points in 100 cities, which will be double the size of existing charging infrastructure in the country. If Ola really wants to ensure aggressive and large-scale adoption of electric two-wheelers in the country, they have to put such massive charging infrastructure. Ola is even planning to keep this charging network exclusive for Ola Electric customers only, so that they can give them a seamless experience. And Ola claims that these hyperchargers will charge 50% of the batteries in 18 minutes only, that will be ready to go for 75 kilometers. Ola will deploy these hyperchargers across the cities so that Ola customers always have a hypercharger network nearby. And Ola will also provide home chargers which will come bundled with electric vehicles. Now all these things will ensure that customers have a complete range confidence when it comes to buying an Ola vehicle. Let's say Ola takes care of the range anxiety. But can Ola really make electric two-wheelers which are ready to compete with petrol two-wheelers? This is yet to be seen. But as the company claims, the scooters they will produce will not only be the best electric scooters, but the best scooters out there overall. Ola scooters have already won several prestigious awards for their design and innovation, such as IHS Market Innovation Award at CES and German Design Awards. So Ola's claim for their performance can be right. So by doing all this, Ola can dramatically accelerate the rate of adoption for electric two-wheelers in the country and therefore rapidly move the industry to electric. So the revolution of mobility is not far away. Ola can actually be the Geo for electric two-wheelers, which will change the industry forever. But now the question arises, can Ola compete with Tesla? Actually, Ola does not really need to compete with Tesla to beat them at numbers game. Ola and Tesla have 2 different market segments. Tesla is actually focused on premium sedans which have very limited target audience around the world. Ola on the other hand wants to electrify the urban mobility vehicle around the world. These are the vehicles which cost around rupees 15 lakh or below. Majority of the world uses urban mobility vehicles. Now this is very obvious. The number of people who owns Hyundai are much more than the number of people who owns Audi or BMW. So Ola does not really need to worry about Tesla, and Tesla will always remain the iconic company which has inspired the whole ecosystem around the world. On the contrary, Tesla's entry in India will actually accelerate the electric vehicle market in India. But the reality is, majority of Ola's plan are still on the vision board of the company. Execution of them in the real world will have their own challenges. If Ola can bring their vision to real life successfully, it will mark a beginning of a new era. And this will put India on world's map for electrifying the mobility. So if you like the content, please hit that like button so that YouTube algorithm can know the content was good. And tell us in comments box what do you think about future of electric vehicles in India.